Simon, today you got to say, I mean, while we have praised Kolkata for the tactics that have gone right, holding Sunil Narayan, holding Andre Russell, etc., the bowling changes, we have to talk about Chennai because this is yet another botched chase, and this probably was the easiest one that they have botched.
Yeah, cool, calm heads normally on older shoulders, and there's plenty of older shoulders in that side.
They still seem cool and calm, but they just didn't seem cognizant of the score they had to get to. They were still cool and calm.
99 for 1 at the start of the 12th over.
Yeah.
99 for 1. And by the start of the 17th over, 17.1, they were 129 for 5. They lost 4 for 30 in 5 overs. Now you look at this after the 10th over. These are telling numbers for Chennai, starting to rack up now, where they've won twice, but their score after 10 overs is the key. They just haven't been able to kick on. And chasing moderate scores or chasing big scores, they have not been able to kick on.
And that's the thing.
And they've been in really.
When you look at
they've been in a good position today, obviously.
Yeah, when you look at their scores, right, there you go at the 10th over. So that's the real telling number, right? Which is why I was saying that today the required run rate at the halfway mark of their chase is 7.8 with 9 wickets in their hand, right? Now, when you look at the other botched chases, you look at 13.5 at the halfway against Rajasthan, almost 13 against Delhi. You're looking at 12. Still should perhaps get it done, but you're looking at 44 for 4. So this is 90 for 1.
No.
For God's sake, Joy, this is. I really hope they have a solid talking to after this, because it just looks like it's just Watson and Faf, and one of them sticks, it's great, but if he's gone, then that's it. Game's over.
No, and see, the important thing we'll have to look at is when Chennai was in its heyday, winning tournaments, winning 3 IPLs, reaching finals, these were the games opponents would lose against them. Chennai would miraculously sneak wins. They'd play badly and sneak wins. Very rarely would it happen that Chennai would play well and lose a match. This is what's happened. They dominated a match for 30 overs and they went and lost that match. And the other thing you have to ask yourself is, there's one number that will be discussed all over Chennai today. That's 7.8 crores. That's 78 million rupees. That's what they paid for Kedar Yadav in 2018. And they will be asking themselves what value they've got out of it, because I don't seem to see any value out there. Secondly, my point is that if he is not going to attack, he played 4 dot balls, didn't seem to be settled. Not only did he derail the chase by not being able to hit, he took so many dot balls that he put a lot of pressure on Jadeja, who came in next.
Yeah, let's have a look at what the individual scores have been. We'll pull those up also. Sorry, carry on, please.
No, you're right. The other games that MS would win, or Jadeja would come in and win, those are the games that Chennai look like they're dead and buried, gone, in trouble, and then someone comes and wins them the game. They should have won it, and they shouldn't have won it, and then they end up winning it anyway, because that's what Chennai do. But this is just not happening now for them. Those things are going wrong for them now, and those guys are just not being able to get the job done, and that's what's it should be worrying Chennai.
Yeah, so they've got runs out of Watson today. Watson got a half century of 40 balls. They got a little bit out of Faf du Plessis. They got exactly what Kolkata got out of Narayan is what du Plessis gave to Chennai. And then after that, it really is a poor showing. You've got Kedar Jadhav, who's 7 of 12 balls, and he's stuck. And that's the pressure that builds that you get the wickets with. And we show you the fall of wickets, and then you'll know how this got derailed and why we are just so baffled by this. Is because when you're looking at that 11 to 15 stage, 20 for 2. 11, and this is not when let's just set that right. This is not when the team has lost 6 wickets.
Exactly, right? My point.
This is when the team is 1 wicket down.
Yeah, exactly my point. What you're doing, what does it show you? It shows you 2 things. It shows you that there are a lot of players who are unsure of their place and want to play a few balls before settling down, because at this point in time they're more worried about their individual form than even the team winning or losing. So they say, let me play a couple of dot balls, let me get into shape. And the problem is they're just doing that and putting too much pressure on the batsman on the other side. If you take 3-4 balls like that and then you take a single, you're putting a huge amount of pressure to the other guy and telling him, okay, Sam Curran, you need to hit a 6 immediately. And that's simply not fair. If you have to take that, just come in, take it off that first ball. And don't tell me MS Dhoni or Kedar Jadhav can't get off strike.
The fall of wickets as well, right? I mean, if you're going to keep, you'll get stuck and then a wicket goes. More pressure on the next guy who also gets stuck and then goes. And then similarly, as you said, Joy, the pizza lunch that they had falling like dominoes, right? There you go.
But I would actually expect them to fall more like dominoes. I would expect them to go harder before the run rate went so high. That's exactly what I don't understand. I think Kedar Yadav, these people went too late. You cannot allow, when the run rate is 7 and 8, you can allow it to get to 10, 11 and say, okay, now we start hitting. There has to be a boundary and over. Somebody has to be responsible. And it's so un-Chennai like, entirely the chase, what's happened was that, I think Stephen Fleming will be looking out there and saying, is this the team that we reached about 7 finals in 9 years? I mean, what is it? What's happened to these guys? Because it's clearly not working, not because they're not being able to do it. It's because my problem with Chennai is not that they've lost. My problem with Chennai is some of the batsmen not showing
the
intent.
manner. Is it the manner in which they've lost?
It is intent. It's intent. And that bothers me. This is not the Chennai known in terms of intent.